Hi guys, welcome to time period 4, which is roughly 1800 to 1848. You'll see on the study guide that there's a couple of dates that go past that, but nothing is quite so easy as putting a finite date on everything, but that's basically the time period that we are looking at. As you go through and see, there are 5 sections. The way that the official AP and the way that the AMSCO has broken everything up, there are basically like 5 subtopics, and you'll see the way that AP goes is a little bit different sometimes as far as like the scope and sequence. Some of the things that we covered in class, and I think that you'll agree that the way we covered it might have made it a little bit easier to conceptualize. But nevertheless, I'm not going to deviate from the norm, and it doesn't matter, guys. Like, content's content, ideas are ideas. And the other thing that I want to tell you, so that you are not overwhelmed when you look at these sheets, is remember, the test is not going to box you in on one little thing, like one negative. There's a name you don't recognize. Like, you're going to be okay. It is the larger ideas. While we go over these specific things that are the specific pieces of evidence, if you will, is it helps you recognize things and what is associated with a big idea. But we're not playing Jeopardy. We're not playing Trivial Pursuit. So when you see a whole bunch of terms in some of these and you might get a little bit overwhelmed, remember, we are talking about big ideas. The question is going to be very broad. It's going to talk about causation or comparison or continuity and change over time. So, I'm giving up 3 days for this. And I shouldn't say giving up, okay? But as we look at, and I haven't made these videos yet, I'm going to start making them now for each time period. I mean, this is going to be long, but there's no substitute for studying and for getting prepared. I mean, I'm making all of this stuff from scratch. This is. I wish I could be with you guys in person, reviewing this stuff with you, and when we could hold our evening review sessions, it would be a lot better. But it doesn't matter, man. Like, we're gonna find a way. We're gonna get it done. Like, look, he's right up there. Broken ribs, broken nose, broken records. Like, what are you gonna focus on, right? The price that you have to pay or the reward that you're gonna get. I mean, think about it. This isn't like a pass or fail grade. This is a chance to get a 5 on the AP exam, or a 4, and get college credit. Think about how expensive that is. So there is a real tangible benefit, and you will be rewarded for paying the price. So, I encourage you to put in the time. That's why, we spent 2 class days on period 3. And as we get into these real meaty ones, 4 and 5, and perhaps even into 6, we're going to spend 3 days, because this time is valuable. And we're not just like, hey, read this stuff in the book. Like, this is put together, these sheets, and I will be going over it with you. And again, not just defining something like, who are the Warhawks? I'm not going to do that. But put that concept of the Warhawks into a much larger picture at this time. So I encourage you to use these 3 days wisely and think, yeah, there's a price I got to pay. I'd rather be sitting on the couch eating ho-hos, watching Saved by the Bell. But, like, think about what you can get if you crush this AP test. Like, you got an opportunity. You got something to really focus on. You got something that you can really do. And, I'm here to help. Had some submissions on that first DBQ. It was awesome, right? I'll help you out. I'll submit all the feedback I can. Speaking of DBQs, we also have a practice DBQ for this time period. Same thing, it's optional, man. It's not Soviet Russia. You don't have to do it. I don't think it would be reasonable if I insisted that you did it. But you're going to get out of it exactly what you put in. Willing to do some work working with documents, and I'll do some work working with documents. I'll go over the DBQ and make a video. So, sorry, I know everybody's just frustrated right now. But as much as I would like to be looking you in the eye and talking to you about this stuff and engaging with you, it's not the reality of it. So we will find a way to be successful even if we have to go by alternative means. So here we are, 1800 to 1848. There's 5 pages to the study guide, and because we've got 5 different themes, the age of Jefferson, and then it's broken up officially by economic development, which is called the market revolution. Sectionalism, but it's their version of sectionalism. It's sort of just like how there's economic development in different regions. It's not, the sectionalism stuff leading up to the Civil War is coming a little bit later, although we do certainly have the Missouri Compromise, the age of Jackson, and then again, this last page is where I'm talking about being blown away with names. There's a ton of names, but it's much more like, what is the movement they're associated with? If you don't all of a sudden recognize somebody like, what's be a good example here, like Nathaniel Hawthorne, all right, well, we'll put him in a little bit more of a larger context for you, okay? So these 3 days, make good use of the time. If you want to submit the practice DBQ for me, I'll gladly give you, you put a lot of work in it, I'll put in a lot of work on it and give you feedback. And I'll also have if you don't want to do that, but you want to look at the documents and then hear me going over them, I will do that as well. So good luck, guys, and we will rejoin on Thursday again.